Warning, there will be spoilers on this show. Please do not send us hate mail. Proceed at your own risk.
Welcome to the First Six podcast. I am half of this show, and my name is Molly Southgate.
And I'm the other half, Tabby Hollywood.
And today we will be doing a special Emmys episode.
The Emmys are a television awards show awarding the writers of TV, directors, actors, the shows as a whole. We are talking about this year's Emmys, the 72nd Awards, which was all virtual or mostly virtual.
Yeah.
Mostly.
They still found a way how to not social distance, even though it was virtual.
Well, I mean, there were some people who, they were having, parties and stuff, with their family members or their crew.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Watchmen people. I loved when they were saying,
the Watchmen.
We all got tested. We swear.
Yes.
We took multiple tests.
Oh, or, who is it? It was Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington,
Our
I think.
homegirls representing Little Fires Everywhere.
Yes. They were having a party, a 2021 party, because they were so sick of 2020.
I love
You're
that
just done with
so
it.
much. I was so happy when I saw that. They were just like,
nope, we're
this
done.
year's over.
And at one point they started counting down, and it's like, it's not even midnight yet, guys.
And she's like, well, who knows what day it even is? It might be midnight
I know,
somewhere.
right?
Oh my gosh. Oh, it was hosted by Jimmy Kimmel. And they had a lot of presenters who, I'm only going to list some of their names because I forgot to look up who presented. Sterling K. Brown, Jennifer Aniston, Laverne Cox. Jason Bateman presented, didn't he?
I think so.
Zendaya.
Zendaya.
Who else did this one? There were so many.
Tracy, what's her name?
Tracy
Ellis Ross.
Oh, yes. I was thinking about the Tracy Ullman bit that they did.
They did that too. That was funny.
Did you like that part?
Yes. I found it funny how they randomly added bits. They just randomly added
us Tracys stick together.
Yeah, us Tracys stick together.
I did like that. I felt like the joke I wished that Tracy Ullman had showed up at the end though, because to accept her award.
Yeah, that was...
Because, I feel like if I was up there, for an Emmy, that somebody were like, we're gonna do this bit, but you're not gonna actually get recognized for your Emmy.
Oh my...
It's like, oh. But I thought that it was still funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not like Jimmy Kimmel as a host, but there were some of his jokes that I was kind of like...
Yeah.
Okay. His 60 feet... I was like...
Yes, 60 feet apart. Jennifer Aniston, it's 60 feet. 60 feet.
They're shouting at each other. Okay, the only reason I found the lighting stuff on fire part hilarious was because the fire extinguisher didn't work.
I know, right? Yes, they lit the envelope with the Emmy in it on fire to get rid of the germs, which... Totally what you should do to the paper.
Oh my gosh.
Light it on fire.
In the background, actually, you could hear the producers shouting at them because the fire wasn't going out.
Yes. And they were just like, oh.
Yeah. I feel like one of the people that won the night overall, though, was the person who thanked his therapist in his acceptance speech.
Yes.
I loved that. So, did you know about all the shows? Had you heard of any of these?
I had heard about most of them. I had actually watched quite a few. I had watched a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Or I had, watched the trailer for them. But there were a few that I just didn't know.
Yeah. I actually had never heard of Succession. And that swept the entire last half. The whole drama category.
Did it?
It got
Watchmen
so many.
Did too, right?
Watchmen, and then Watchmen got a
Succession.
bunch, and then Succession got more, I think, and they got
Yeah, they
Best
both
Drama.
Yes, okay. My computer completely cut out during the Best Drama category, and it came back so they did like a bit where it's like, oh, This Is Us won. Thanks so much. Oh, wait, it didn't win? Oh, I guess I'm just presenting the Emmy. We didn't even get nominated. They did that. My computer only showed the, oh, This Is Us one. Like, thanks for This Is Us. So I was like, oh, yay, This Is Us one. But apparently
This
it
Is
didn't
Us
even
is so
get
good.
nominated.
Yeah.
Yes, you should listen to our This Is Us episode.
Please do, everyone. We want all the listens. Yeah, actually, a lot of our shows, like, were either mentioned or nominated or had actors, like, we had Little Fires Everywhere, This Is Us. I know there were more. I think Space Force was in the creative arts. I think they had a few.
Yeah, they definitely had a few, but I didn't see them on the Emmys that we watched.
Yeah, we watched the big
Emmys.
It was Best Drama ones last night.
It was a room full of screens. It was so weird.
It was weird.
Like, okay.
Yeah, okay. Can we talk about the biggest snub that made me so sad? In all 4 seasons, The Good Place never won an Emmy.
No. Really?
Never did. None of the actors.
It's a good place. But it's so good.
It's so good. And my mom's like, well, there's a lot of good TV. I don't think it should have. I'm like, but are you kidding me? It's so good.
Okay. There's a lot of good TV. There is a ton of good TV. I wish that at one point in all 4 seasons it had gotten at least something. I mean, it got nominated.
Because this was the last one.
Yeah, it was the farewell season.
Mm-hmm. And I really think Darcy Carden should have gotten it. Because she is brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, her episode, Too Many Janets.
Too Many Janets.
Like, I have never seen... Like,
so many
she played
Janets?
every character. So many Janets, yeah.
So many Janets.
So many.
So.
I loved...
Like...
Oh, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying that must have been, like, both stressful and fun to film. Most likely stressful.
Well, I actually have a fun fact about that. So she said that when she was driving... they would give the writers and, like, the directors, and, like, I think Mike Schur, actually, she said, gave her cassettes. Well, not cassettes. What decade am I living in? He would give her, like, voice memos of the other actors' voices. So that way she could listen, and she would listen when she was driving to work. In her car. And at one point, I think it was the actor that plays Chidi, William Jackson Harper, I think it was him, and he was walking by, and he just heard his voice blaring from her car, and it wasn't like a podcast with him on it. It was full-on just a recording of his voice, and she sounded like a serial killer.
That is so awesome.
That's this is not one of our podcasts, and so I probably should not be plugging this because it has nothing to do with the Emmys, but everyone should go listen to The Good Place, the podcast, because that's where I learn tidbits like that, because they're lovely. Okay. I loved RuPaul's speech. Is their name RuPaul? I always just assumed that because it's RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the RuPaul's Drag Race, yes. Okay, so... I was alone in my room watching TV for over 3 hours.
Okay, I would like to add something. I did not, just for our listeners to know, I did invite Tabby onto a call. I did not leave her unsupervised and tell her to go watch the Emmys by herself.
Okay.
But,
yes, but
yeah, you had to watch for 3 hours. Did you die?
I did not. I watch the Oscars and the Tonys with my family. So by myself, they were all like, I don't want to watch 3 hours of the Emmys. Watch it, We're gonna go watch a movie.
So they left you? Oh, my parents said that they would watch it with me.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're like, they're like, we don't want to. But they're like, if nobody's gonna call you, we'll watch it.
I mean, if Molly had nobody else to call with, I would have called her, but we just figured we wouldn't have as much to talk about if we already had a call going the entire Emmys.
Oh yeah, I feel like today would have just been silence. Also, since watching it last night, since I watched that, like, for my entire night, and I thought about it a lot before, and then after I finished the Emmys, I looked up a ton about it.
Mm-hmm.
I was so, like, Emmy'd out that
Emmy'd
every
out.
conversation I had was about fun facts about the Emmys this year.
That is
I'm
awesome.
like, my poor friends.
Yeah.
Because I just kept talking about Schitt's Creek.
Okay. Schitt's Creek basically wiped out the entire comedy section.
Ah!
Molly really likes Schitt's Creek. I do not.
Okay. You only watched the first episode with me, though, right? That one
Well,
episode?
I watched. Okay, so the thing is, us and our friends, we would do like video calls and stuff, and we would watch a TV show. So I have seen we did at least 4 episodes on those video calls, and I watched a few with my family. So I've seen I don't know, 7 maybe episodes, and I didn't really. I mean, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna watch this. I'd rather go sit alone in my room doing nothing
and watch the Emmys for 3 hours.
No, I'd rather watch Schitt's Creek than watch the Emmys.
Yeah.
No offense, but yeah, I didn't love it though.
Did you think that they deserved those Emmys?
I think that the acting in it was really good. I just think it's not my type of show. I was just I personally didn't find it funny, but everyone I know, basically everyone I know who's watched it has liked it. So I think, yeah, they deserved it.
I was actually, for someone who loves this show, I was a little hesitant at first. Because I was like, okay, the acting's really great, but then I was like, but they're up against all these other amazing shows.
Who were the other nominees?
Oh, I'm gonna go check. It was, but I was like, I didn't know I wasn't quite sure how I felt for this one. Because I was like, well, they're great.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know if they should have swept all of it. And then, this morning, I watched a couple episodes, and I went, never mind. They're amazing. They absolutely, all of those. I watched a bit of the latest season, and it was like, I was blown away. So, I was like, I had a change of heart. But when I was watching it, it was interesting.
Oh. That's interesting how you thought that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, sorry. I'm distracted. The nominees for Outstanding Comedy Series were Curb Your Enthusiasm, Dead to Me, The Good Place, Insecure, The Kaminsky Method, The Marvelous Miss Maisel, Schitt's Creek, and What We Do in the Shadows. So.
Oh, Marvelous Miss Maisel was up against that?
Hmm.
Oh, I love that show.
I've never watched it, but my mom really likes it.
It is so good. I think you would like that show.
Yes. So I've seen parts of Dead to Me. I've seen The Good Place. I've seen parts of Schitt's Creek. And I've seen the first episode of Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Yeah.
I've
seen Marvelous Miss Maisel, Schitt's Creek, and just to clarify for anyone listening to this, do not mark us as explicit. It is spelled Schitt. It's not how you think
swearing.
It sounds. Not swears. I've seen part of that. Well, I've seen all of that. And then Good Place. I've never seen Dead to Me. Is that one good?
Well, so my mom watches that one. And I think my brother does too, actually. I don't really pay attention to what he watches. But, I've seen a few episodes.
Okay.
I like it. Okay.
Alright. Well, I was only able to see half of the comedy series part. Because
you texted me during this.
Yes. So the person I was watching it with, my friend Huxley and I, we were watching it and we could not find it anywhere because we were trying to see it on a computer so that way we could share screens. So I found it on ABC, but ABC's website was so overloaded because that's where everyone went. So we kept going onto YouTube. And we sat there because a lot of people were playing it, like good quality too. We sat there as one by one. Everyone got copyrighted. So whole chunks. So we saw bits and pieces because chunks kept getting, like we could only hear the dialogue for part of it.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I used Hulu. So.
Okay. Yeah, I actually did not know that Schitt's Creek won comedy series.
Really?
Nope. Oh. There were a lot that I was like, I know they won 7 out of 8 categories.
Wait, which one did they not win in the comedy?
I don't know. I'm on CNN's website for this, and
hey, same.
Oh, cool! But the way they have it structured is very strange. Yeah, I don't like. Okay, it'd be fine if we weren't like trying to talk while doing it. Yeah. So they got outstanding comedy, supporting actress in a comedy series, supporting actor in a comedy series, outstanding lead actress in a comedy series. The first one they showed. And then outstanding lead actor in a comedy series. Is that it? Oh, and they got writing and directing. Oh, directing too? I think so. I thought directing was the one they didn't get. I thought they got it. I loved, it was so sweet that was Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara for both of them. That was their first Emmy. Yeah, I loved how Catherine O'Hara, so she's the first one who comes up, and she's just so excited. I know. Like, she's so flustered. I liked it. And I love her. My parents and I once saw the Schitt's Creek live event, and I was in the room with Catherine O'Hara, and I have never recovered. Because it was too amazing. That's awesome. So when I was watching this, I was like, I know them! Even though I never met them. I was just in the room. But you were in the room, so I still know them. We're gonna say that. Close enough. Yeah. Dan Levy's skirt was amazing. I loved his outfit. Yeah. And that was so sweet when he came up and he kept getting so excited. Like, everybody. Yes, like, I won! Again! And then he went, and at the end he's like, everyone's gonna hate me now. He's like, has the internet started turning yet? Oh, and I loved his speech when he was saying that his dad, he's like, thank you to my dad who put me in for writing, even though I'd never been in a writer's room before, and gave me full creative access to the show. Oh my gosh, he made a terrible decision. Probably, like, yeah. Yeah, I loved that part. Yes. Okay. Oh. Since you were just talking about outfits, so you've never watched an awards show, have you? I have not. I've seen bits and pieces and seen some outfits, but the one that I've mostly seen the outfits for is the Met Gala. Okay, so people always wear, like, really dramatic things, I think it's because they're trying to make an impression, I believe. And because it's fun. And because they're actors, and we're dramatic people. I know, right? I was kind of sad because people didn't get quite as dressed up as they normally do. I know. People normally get, like, crazy dressed up. I got more dressed up than a lot of the winners. I know, right? A lot of the winners were like, haha, I'm wearing sweatpants. Yeah. A lot of them, I saw a lot of t-shirts, actually, which I was surprised by. I did, too. I was wearing a full dress and, like, did my hair and everything. I sent Tabby a picture. I was like, well, I'm gonna be fancy. I was like, yeah, I'm not. I don't like dresses. I like being fancy. But, there was only 2 dresses that really stood out to me, which were Zendaya's, the one that she was hosting in, not the one that she won her award in, even though I loved how excited she was when she won her award. She was so cute. I said Zendaya is an adorable queen in my notes. She was so cute. And she was like, I'm not gonna cry, but I'm so excited. And then she won out over Meryl Streep. So I'm like, how did she not, like, die? I would have died. But her outfit,
it was like a poofy blue and purple skirt that was like, it was really poofy. And then it kind of like went in at the ankles. And the top, it looked like two pieces of fabric.
I liked it when it was like
Right,
the
like
angles.
random. It wasn't an A though. It was like a square.
Oh, maybe I wasn't paying close enough attention. I remember I liked
it was like
it.
it really looked like two black pieces of fabric with a big like weirdly like it was like weirdly strapped. I don't know why.
Oh, I might be thinking of a different one because she
wore two dresses. She wore two dresses, I think.
Okay, I didn't like her one as much when the one that she won in.
Oh, okay.
I liked her presenter one.
You guys should go look up a picture because I'm not explaining it very well.
I'm gonna look up a picture
it really stood out to me. I was like, whoa, look at that. And
actually,
Tracy,
oh, what were you saying? Continue.
Tracy Ellis Ross's dress. It was so gold, and it was just ruffles.
Just ruffles. That is a great way of explaining
ruffles. I don't know how to explain it other than ruffles.
Yes. I was not a fan of Zendaya's hair.
Which time?
When she won.
When she won. What? It was in like a bun or something, right? It
was weird in the front. I don't know. I don't think I can share screens with you.
Bangs now or something.
I don't know. I liked her other outfit. I really like that blue thing. It's kind of cool. When she had the blue with the black. Yeah, it's a square.
It's a square, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it is a square. Oh, yeah. Her hair is weirdly, does she have, it looks like she has bangs, but I didn't think she had bangs.
I don't know.
No, she does. She does. I think she has bangs.
But it was like weirdly like.
I think it's in a bun.
It looked very housewife in the 80s.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't love this.
It's in a bun. It's in a bun, I think. Or something, it's in curls, maybe?
I can't explain it. I just know that I had an adverse reaction to it.
Okay.
I actually have a fun fact about Zendaya and style.
Okay.
Because, I'm not going to tell you everything, but because this is a very long fun fact, so I'm just going to give you a bit of it. But I was listening to a podcast where her stylist was talking, and he's La Roche, and his styled Zendaya and Celine Dion and Jamila Jamil. And he said that when he first met Zendaya, she was our age. She was 13. She had been a Disney Channel star.
Oh yeah, she is, or was, I don't know. She did a lot of Disney Channel stuff.
Mm-hmm. It was back when she was first starting out. She had to go to a premiere, and she met this man when she was 13, and he took her to the mall. And they went to the mall, and they went shopping, and their dad, and they, like, hit it off immediately. And then her dad almost killed the guy, because he's like, why did you just take my daughter to the mall? What are you doing? He's like, no, it's fine. I bought her a dress. And then, now he's her stylist since then.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so whenever I see any Zendaya outfits, I always think of how she's got her buddy that she's known since she was 13.
Aw.
Okay. Oh,
yes?
You go.
No, I was just like, okay, now I'm looking at my notes. What were you gonna say?
Okay, I was gonna say, was it just me, or in all of the actress categories for drama, like the supporting and lead actress, both times it was an impossible decision.
What do you mean?
I was sitting there, and as they were reading them off, I was like, all of these women are icons and amazing at their job.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
the actors, like, there were a lot that I was like, oh, yeah, they're great. But the women ones, every time I was like, I can't choose who I like the most because I love all of them.
Oh.
Did you feel that?
I don't know. I did like them all. Like, of course, but I guess I couldn't really choose. That's true.
Yeah. Like how Oh, I loved all the Killing Eve representation. I had a feeling they weren't going to win, though, because Phoebe Waller-Bridge already swept the Emmys last year. When she, for Fleabag, and then I was like, they're probably not going to give her all of the awards again.
All of them.
Because she deserves it. But, yeah.
Okay. One of my notes is just alpaca. Who was it who took the alpaca out? I can't even remember.
There was an alpaca?
How do you not remember the alpaca?
Wait.
I'm like mad.
I think that it cut
alpaca.
out.
Huh?
I think that was when mine cut out at one
but
of the
they mentioned it later. Did you just not did you just filter that out?
Probably.
No, somebody was like, I'm looking it up to see who it was. Randall Park presents with an alpaca. He comes up and he's like, yeah, so apparently when you read an email fast enough, you're presenting with Al Pacino. Looks a lot like you're presenting with an alpaca. Anyway, here are the Emmys.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was so funny.
I totally did not see that.
Really?
I really did not at all. That is so weird. How did I miss an alpaca?
Alpaca. It was great. There's an alpaca.
I really loved all of the BLM references, and like when the women, there were a lot of people that had Breonna Taylor shirts on. I was like, yes, thank you to everyone. Like when they would say like, go out there, go vote. I felt like that was all very impactful.
Mm-hmm.
Except for one.
Who?
And that was when Jimmy Kimmel was doing it. With that one guy. I don't know what the guy's name was.
Oh,
and they did this whole thing, and he was like, this has the most black women in ever, like, in an Emmys ceremony, and I was like, oh, that's amazing. And then they did this whole weird thing about it, where he goes, you should clap now. And, like, I was like, what is this?
Yeah, it felt like it could have been, they played it up a lot, which...
It felt like they could have just said, this is really great. This has the most black women to be in an Emmys ceremony. Like, this is so much more diverse.
I don't think they were. I think that it sounded like almost. It sounded like they were trying to make it funny.
That was the pitfall of all of the Emmys.
But it didn't work.
Yeah.
It was Anthony Anderson, and they're like, say it louder. Say it louder. No, you should clap now. It was weird.
It was sarcastic. I'm like, I
know, it was just sarcastic.
Yeah. Another part that was awkward was Laverne Cox's speech. Do you want to talk about this part a little bit?
Here, you can start. We've actually already talked about this a little bit, but, just between us. But Molly, why don't you start?
Okay, so when Laverne Cox came up to present, she said here, I will pull up the exact quote. Tabby, do you have any more notes while I look up this quote?
To present the awards, they had the Emmy delivery training skit. Did you see that?
I don't.
They were like, okay, everybody, and now it's time for Emmy's delivery training. Get in these, I think it was a Kia ad, but it was so funny. And they're like, oh, get in here and drive faster, go faster, wear your hazmat suits. They had hazmat suits, and it was like a tuxedo hazmat suit.
That won the Emmys.
That was the...
It's not even, on the show we usually just do a lot of snaps when something's amazing. This deserves full-on clapping, because that was brilliant.
Also, I didn't have anything in my hands this time.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Laverne Cox, in her introduction speech to present, she said, good evening, everyone. I'm living proof of the American dream, that anyone in this country can lose the Emmy 4 years in the same category, and yet somehow end up on this stage presenting an award to someone who probably didn't, blankin', vote for me. And then she said, what happens to an American dream deferred? Does it shrivel up like a raisin in the sun? And then she goes, stick to the script, Laverne, stick to the script. And now here are the nominees for writing in a drama series. Now, I did not put any inflection into that, but she sounded very not happy during that whole thing. So I could not tell if it was supposed to be like a scripted joke, because it felt a little bit like she went off script because Fox censored her. I mean, not Fox, ABC.
ABC. I guess I wasn't paying that much attention, so I didn't like read into it much. I kind of thought it was a joke, because I feel like they censored other people at other times too.
Yeah, it was just strange. I watched it the one time, and then I had to rewind, and I rewound it and watched it again. And then I actually found a version where it was not censored online. And so that's how I know what she said in that little bit where she swore. That was censored in the actual show. But I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
And then, like, for the rest of the night, I just kept thinking, I'm like, what was going on there? And so it kept distracting me. So if that was meant to be a joke, they did it in a really weird way.
Yeah, if that was meant to be a joke, they didn't do it right.
Yeah.
If it wasn't meant to be a joke, ooh.
Yeah.
Not
and
good.
like, I love that she like stuck up for herself and said like, well, why did I never win? I was nominated 4 times, but also it just felt like a strange way to do it, and then it kind of, at least personally for me when I was watching, it felt like it detracted from the person that actually won in that category.
Oh.
Jesse Armstrong. He won for outstanding writing for a drama series.
Okay.
But I was kind of like, I was just too busy thinking about that moment.
Yeah.
It was a very strange decision on someone's part.
Yeah.
I love the man that said thank you to his therapist. I don't know if I already said that, but
I think you did.
Well, either way, that's how much I loved that part.
Very good. Okay.
So, do you have any other notes?
My other note or funny part was at one point they said, they were like, let's see what all these celebrities are doing in quarantine. Mm-hmm. And everyone was like, oh, I've been doing this, and they were all like jokes and stuff. And it was so funny. Mindy Kaling, she says, when I get nervous, I do embroidery. And it shows her embroidery that says, help, I'm going insane.
Yes, I loved this part. And then they had Rick and Morty on. Not the actors. Well, they did, no. but it had like, Rick and Morty sitting there animated, wearing masks. And they're like, well, during quarantine, we've been doing blah, blah, blah.
And they're like... And then it's like, isn't this an unnecessary bit? Just shut up. We're saving so much money not having to do voice animation because of the masks.
Yeah. And okay, the Joe Exotic segment too, when he's like, "Well, I'm sitting here in prison during quarantine."
Yes.
I loved that. I actually really, I found that part funny. Like, a lot of them where it was just kind of like, okay, like, I don't really care. No offense to these people, but it's just like, okay, you're just people. Like, I don't need to know. But then, like, Mindy Kaling's was really funny. I freaked out when Will Arnett was up, because he is awesome. And also because we have the same exact sound booth and headphones. And I was like, this is weird, and I love it. I love it.
Oh,
so I actually did not hear what he said, because I was too busy talking.
I think what he said was, he was like, I'm trying to find the other side of me. The side that people, like, what was it? He said something about, like, I want to find the other side of me, side people, like, don't like, or something like that. I don't know, I wasn't paying very much attention.
We were just excited, because I knew who someone was. I knew someone's name.
I really wasn't paying very much attention, apparently.
Yeah, I was not either. Well, it's 3 hours.
It's 3 hours, yes. And I was bored.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to mention, so Molly and I were kind of texting throughout this, and at one point I went, ha ha ha, JJ Watts, and she's just like, huh?
What are you talking? I was so confused.
JJ Watts is a football person. He does defense on a football team. Don't remember which team, but I knew his name. I was like, it's so funny that they got him.
Isn't he in commercials?
Not an actor. Like, I don't, maybe, but like,
oh,
he's
I thought
not
that's how you knew him.
No, my family likes. I think I've mentioned this. My family put me on a fantasy football league.
Oh yeah, how's that been going? Are you gonna get JJ Watts now because he was at the Emmys?
I don't know if do I have JJ Watts? I don't even know. He's a defensive person, so you have to get the entire defensive team. You can't just get one person. So I don't even
understand
remember
fantasy football, and I don't want to. So
well, I don't think you understand football. So
I do. No, not at all. No.
Yes, but I just found it funny that he was on there, and he's just like, yeah, I'll stick to football. You stick to making TV.
Yeah.
Or like, and then I texted Molly, and she's like, I don't know who that is. Did he get shown? I guess I'm not there yet. And I was like, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I knew that part. With him with the count.
And then,
that was
yes,
great.
with the count.
I loved that so much. Yeah, they had some good appearances in this one.
Yeah.
I had something else to say. Oh, I liked the Friends segment a lot.
Oh, yeah. Where they had, well, at the beginning, they had Jennifer Aniston. And she's like, wait, you're sending the Emmys to the house? Well, I've got to get home. And then later they showed her at home with, Courtney Cox and...
Lisa Kudrow.
Lisa Kudrow.
And then Jason Bateman in the background.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, he's just staying here until he goes off to college.
Yeah. A lot of people on the internet didn't like that. I was reading a lot of articles like best and worst moments of the Emmys, and a lot of people said that was one of the worst moments because a lot of people one said like, oh, that was so forced, outdated, but I liked it. I thought that I laughed.
I thought it was funny.
As you know from our Friends episode, I don't like Friends. But
no, both of us
I liked the joke.
Very much dislike it.
Yeah, it's not.
But that was funny.
Yeah, my parents still say they're like, well, we had to watch Friends with Molly, so we made sacrifices for this podcast. They still bring that up sometimes. They're like, we made sacrifices.
They just really dislike.
They liked it worse than I did.
Actually, Molly, I just realized we have not posted Friends yet.
Oh. Well, then you guys just got a huge, exciting spoiler. So now, once that releases, stay tuned.
Which I think it is releasing next week. Next week. Cool. I think.
Yes, Friends is releasing, actually, next Wednesday. So that'll be perfect. Okay. So now you just got a little spoiler for next week's episode.
Yes. This episode, is kind of just an add-in.
Yeah, this one's just a special.
It's just a special episode. We have our normal recording schedule, and then we just kind of added this one in. So we didn't record these in order. That's why we're so confused. We already recorded Friends, which is why we mentioned that. But,
yeah, I'm glad we didn't mention any of our later ones. We didn't talk about any of the other ones.
We're not going to say them. We're not going to say them.
Don't spoil. We don't want to spoil our audience. I loved the quilt speech when he was talking about his mother's quilt. Yeah. Or grandmother's quilt.
Grandmother's quilt, yes.
Mm-hmm. That was really impactful.
Mm-hmm.
My parents actually saw him speak at a leadership summit.
Oh.
And they said that he was just as amazing. Like, they said that he was really incredible there.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. So so once again, it was fun. It's like, I know that guy, even though I just kind of stood in the same room. Or someone I knew stood in the same room. It still counts.
Sure. Totally.
Do you have anything else to add?
No, I don't. Again, I was pretty bored at the end of the Emmy.
Yeah, and
I didn't really write down many funny bits.
Because a lot of the bits weren't funny.
I
I have one more thing. Zendaya actually is the youngest person to win the lead actress in a drama series.
Did she mention that? She mentioned that, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. I knew that.
She talks about our generation, her generation. And she's like, we're amazing, and you guys she talked about hope, and she was like, our show is sad. She's like, you won't find hope in our show, but there's still hope. And I thought that was really sweet.
Yes, at 24. That's the youngest.
Oh, really? She's 24?
Yeah.
What? Weird. Okay.
Weird. Well, I mean, she's been acting since she was 13 or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So.
True. Okay. I've said my piece. If you have anything else to add.
Oh, no, I don't think I have any more notes, but please write us with any suggestions at thefirst6podcast@gmail.com.
Next week, as we said earlier, Friends will be posting, but we'll be back to our normal schedule after that.
If you haven't already, please subscribe.
Keep watching.
And keep listening.
Thank you for listening to the First Six Podcast. This show is hosted by Molly Southgate and Tabby Hollowed. It is edited by Rob Southgate and produced by Southgate Media Group in conjunction with Mastery Media. You can find us on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook at The First Six Podcast. Get in touch with the show at thefirst6podcast@gmail.com. Please rate and review us wherever you listen to this show. It really helps. Thanks again for listening. Catch you on the next channel.